we're going to sit down and have a lovely little conversation. Oh, don't you go anywhere. Alright, now that the camera's in a nice firm spot, you and I need to have a conversation real quick. Murders of Karlov Manor is coming. We have very little. We have a key art. That's it. And also the information that there's only going to be one Planeswalker per set. But this takes place on Ravnica. Literally a hotbed for Planeswalkers. So you know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we put on the investigative hat and we figure out which Planeswalker is still going to be a Planeswalker by the time this set comes out. Suspect number 1 is Ral Zarek, who last time we saw him, he was the Storm Conduit. Except in lore, last time we saw him, he developed a sonic device that Urza himself had developed to completely evaporate the glistening oil. So, you know, pretty cool. However, I do not think he will be keeping his spark solely because, as far as the lore goes, his entire life is tied to Ravnica. He doesn't really leave his plane. His cute husband's there. He runs the Izzet League because Niv Mizzet is busy being the guild pact of the entire plane of Ravnica. So I can see Wizards of the Coast removing this man's spark. Speaking of that sonic machine, Ral used it on Vraska, who is the only other potentially living Planeswalker on that comes from Ravnica. However, I'm willing to bet that Wizards will remove Vraska's Planeswalker spark. Or just consider her dead. Even if, yes, I have seen the Outlaws of Thunder Junction art. It is very possible that we have Vraska living, which means we should have Jace living. However, I do not believe, at least in Vraska's case, I do not think she should have her Planeswalker spark. Her character arc was so good, and the whole ending part of the fast pace of March of the Machine, I feel like she was one of the characters who has since been lost in the moving forward to the Metronome story arc. Which is unfortunate because, you know, Captain Vraska all the way. This hurts me, baby girl. I believe that your spark is gone. You were last seen on Ravnica setting up wards, but I think it's over. I think that you don't need your Planeswalker spark to be a ghost assassin on multiple planes when there's an Omen path. You can just walk around. And not to mention, thanks to the books that shouldn't be named, we now know that you can planeswalk other people with you, thanks to you being a ghost. Which, that was cool at the time. Even if the book sucked. But now you're not necessary. I can just go take an Omen Path, girl. And, which sucks, because her last card being the card that I'm showing, her Kaldheim card was so cool. What's this, Dab Maniac? Why is Tezzeret on my screen? Well, it's simple. Come on, you read the book. You know the lore just as much as I do. Even if the book sucked, we now know that Tezzeret has been working with Lazav. And Rat, who is a Dimir agent, answers directly to Lazav. My personal canon for what's potentially going to happen, I mean, it's going to probably be debunked in a matter of weeks here, is that the Karlov Manor, similar to the whole whodunit thing, is a Dimir agent has been tasked with murdering people. I believe that Dimir agent is going to be Rat, probably a few others. But it's all going to be tied to some plan that Lazav has with this guy who literally just sold out the entire multiverse to make his body indestructible. Thanks, Tezzeret. You're a dick. I really hope you lose your spark. Like, that would be just the perfect irony. I did it. I changed my whole body from ethereum metal to dark steel. And, oh, hey, Planeswalker spark, come back. No! Well, it's a good thing I've got the planar bridge in my arm. I can planeswalk anywhere whenever I wanted to anyways. But now where does that leave us? If Dab's gone through all of the Planeswalkers that are slightly Ravnica affiliated, and all of them are going to not have their sparks, then who am I going to have predict as the person who has their Planeswalker spark still? Teo from Gobakhan is going to keep his Planeswalker spark and be in Murders at Karlov Manor. I am betting my hat on it. Because last time we saw this man, this boy, he was on Ravnica helping Kaya with those wards, working directly with the Boros Legion. And who is at that dinner? Aurelia, the leader of the Boros Legion. Also, his card, just gotta say, not shabby. 3 mana, 3 loyalty, make a wall, me and opponent get to draw a card, and the whole left-right thing, well, that's always fun now, ain't it? Amina 2 taught us that it was. But that is my prediction, that is my bet, right here. I will bet my hat. Whoever wants to take the bet, I'll see you on Ravnica when the plane drops.